put Cole in this position. You know, you need something that's going to mess with the Voidness Chrono. Cole would be exactly that.
I mean, isn't already though a Fisher and a Light Strike rate pretty good against that though?
Yeah, I mean, sure. You're right. They do have a lot of AoE stuns to easily throw from a distance.
It's just hard, right? It's just the best 5 hero besides like Chen sometimes. Puddle is that good.
I think they're probably considering the Mickey hero too, and to me that looked like Gyrocopter at the moment. There's like heroes that are left, like I mean, you could go for something that's like, oh, I want to kind of like survive in Chrono or something. This Bristle, maybe you could do Bristle CNs too if you wanted. But thank goodness, I guess you could do Puddle Bristle too.
It is nice.
Too good.
You know, this is Liquid, so not trying to, you know, do something groundbreaking.
Don't overthink
Just saying, hey, boys, you know what's good? A Cole's good. Again, I think you can never have too little of abilities to mess with a Void in his Chronosphere. At the end of the day, you've got to account for the fact that you don't know who's going to get caught in Chrono. Ideally, you want to make sure that the majority of your team has some ability to help their teammates out.
Once you have level 4, it's or level 15, depending on the call, like, and you have nice cast range on the Blinding Light, you can also hit people into Chrono fairly easily. Like some of Void's own allies as well can be a little bit irritating. Like keep them controlled up.
That could be the big brain plays.
Huge brain.
Wow, I'm looking forward to it.
What's the fly hero here? Do you go with the save, as we were talking about for Liquid? They didn't, or does it feel like this is probably where you're gonna pick it?
What would be good right now? Something had like long range disable. That's hard to get out of a 5.
Yes.
Like Venge is actually kind of okay. Like Jakiro's very good. Yep, nice and tanky. Good with the Faceless Void. I think just put down the fist. I want a good lane support.
Why did they ban Magnus? Where's my power?
Yeah, Ogre and I do like those bands, the Ogre and the Magnus.
Oh, the Lich. Fly's been playing it like all tournament.
Oh,
makes sense. And like this, I mean, I remember in one of the games, his chain for us actually make a difference. A lot of the time, you're just under level and you don't feel the impact. But that game, you're like, whoa, whoa, you do. And then you have the flash shield, so you have a decent lane partner.
Yep.
An overall good pick.
Okay, it's getting the big question right now. You want to play, dude?
10
Don't
seconds remaining.
say PL.
Can you play the
Don't say PL.
Lich was there too, because I like the gaze when I'm playing against Bristle.
Yeah.
Yeah, like force
like
focus
half
thing.
there. I
Yeah, it's
agree.
kind of nice.
They did ban EG, ban the Bristle. They know Liquid like playing that up-tempo stuff, but 3 of these heroes, honestly, are pretty decent against Bristle. The pull around, the Chrono, you can get it around. They only got 15 seconds. They've used a lot of their reserve.
Evil geniuses.
This is like your full strat. They go with this. Oh, of course, the
Stuns.
CK.
We got some.
This is what we wanted right at the start of the last
Yeah,
draft.
I wanted to see CK call from the last time.
Yeah.
McLaren's. Oh.
Incredible. Oh.
Yeah, what a sponsorship. Shout out to MDL.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, they had the like customized ones picking them up, I believe, some of the players.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Yeah. Get to ride a McLaren. Oh man. Crit looking
10 seconds
like
remaining.
completely crisp on the side. That thing's like from this morning he got that cut.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Fresh.
Boxy, like a little rough on the sides there, you know. A little shaggy.
Look at that. So overall, Lich has been picked 19 times, 47% win rate. Fly has played it 4 times, 3-1. He's doing something right. Winning.
Abed hero here, probably, assuming there's that's the priority that you don't want banned out.
I mean, there's a lot of studs, right? So it's tough to pick a. You want to get like a pretty survivable mid hero, right?
We've seen a lot of DKs versus these CKs.
I don't mind that.
Because there's so many stuns, I wouldn't mind something else that, as an offlaner, you're going to be able to provide some sort of a save again.
Yeah, like if you want the Legion, for
Omni,
example,
Baton, Legion,
might
any
have
of
to
those
pick
three.
it now.
I think any of those 3.
Oh yeah, Abba's still in. So with Abba and Omni,
They're locked in.
Abba, Omni, and Legion all in, then I think you definitely take the Abba
Which one
hero
would you want
here.
out of the? Which one of those would you?
Probably Legion, because I like to press the attack buff and I like the overwhelming odds versus the CK Legions.
And
You could also argue Guardian Angel because it like nullifies CK during a team fight though.
doesn't really nullify the other 3, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Team Liquid.
But the pick-off potential will be nice. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Omni.
Guardian Angel's pretty busted.
It was always going to be like one of those 3.
Good skills.
I think it was.
Yeah.
EG was super happy that they had the option to kind of choose what they wanted, and we saw last game. You know, Ramses, he was in the zone on his. You know, he was.
played. He's owning in the
He
lane.
was
They can do
absolutely
anything.
smashing his lane.
Makes me wonder what they're gonna get for Abed though, because that means that they found this pick was more important. Even though Abba and
10
Legion were both in,
seconds remaining.
they're saying that we really want this Omni now, and we're
5
okay with them
seconds
denying a
remaining.
potential Abed hero here.
The rest of their reserve time here. 9 seconds. They ban the storm again. A lot of stuns there, but they just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, they still ban
Insania is
it.
clowning right now.
Yeah.
All right.
What
They're
is-
just throwing their
whoa.
draft. They're throwing hand warmers at each other. All right, teams relax. This is
Whoa.
good.
I thought you were gonna say they're
This is
throwing their
good.
draft.
Yeah. That's a good sign, frankly. You know, I think this is the emotional support of Black's coming.
That doesn't look like a focused team.
I mean, that messing around.
It's a
Serious
fun
game.
game.
What is there to focus on right now? You just lost.
5
You don't really want to be
seconds
thinking about that. You gotta depressurize. See, this is Owen's
These
problem.
guys are having
Because
proper
we
conversations.
lose these games, and Owen goes, come on, let's keep again, let's go again. He's like hitting the button. It's like, dude, we played 3 games. I gotta pee. Like,
What was the
just
record of those 3
relax.
games today?
Oh, today was better. Today was 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
I mean,
Oh,
but they
hell
were-
yeah.
yeah,
okay,
Well,
we should have won, but should have won all 3, frankly,
We
and we
should've.
definitely should have won 2 if our Phoenix expanded.
Oh, yeah.
And
Such
that
is
hero's
life.
still in the pool.
It is, and
That's a kunk.
Ding ding.
it's very nice. I think for one of the reasons
Viper.
being that it could have been picked up by Liquid, would have been a very nice sort of way to deal with the Chrono. I feel like we've seen Kunko do very well against Void, and the way that he can just nullify the effectiveness of early Chronos with getting a boat out on his
10
teammates.
seconds remaining.
And also, I think it also shuts down maybe the possibility that with that Shaker Lena opening 2, Liquid may have been in the long haul, could have maybe be looking up to step the
Could you
Brood
not?
Mother.
Well, could you shake her mid now though? I think
Bang
We'll
on.
find out.
Yeah, but well, okay.
Oh no, we're gonna lean him
I
mid.
guess it would lead him. Well, will it? No, because yeah, it will. That's okay.
All right. We see the
Tiger.
drafts. It is a last pick. Rubik, some decent spells to steal throughout this, but did it convince you? Is Liquid possibly to take this?
I
to a
thought he
game
was
three?
going to Dark Willow for like the Chrono and for the Omni controlling the back line. Classic Taiga, but yeah, I like the Rubik too. I like the Coddle and the CK. Do like the Lena.
What build do you have to go on this Lena though? Right? If CK's your only carry, do you have to go some crazy stuff, or do you think boxing?
A lot of it
can do
actually
that?
depends on your CK's build. Is he going Armlet Heart, or is he going BKB? Is he going to be engaged with us early on? Just make a lot of space for Boxy still. Like, he just needs so much time on the lane. Like, he's going to build his treads probably. He's going to build his Aghanim Scepter the way he likes to build a hero. And trying to give him that space might be a difficult one with EG having this Abba. Like, if Abba just goes off again, because he can on Kunk just like he can on Storm and starts pressuring all across the map, I foresee another very difficult game here for Liquid. But I like the fact they have the Rubik and the Coddle to like disrupt those earlier engagements. I feel like that's a lot better than their port duo. I'm gonna go for Liquid. I like the CK. I like the Coddle. They picked heroes that I think are very strong with good pairings right now, and so I'm gonna respect that and give it to them.
Odie Pixel, you're raising the brow.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of what Liquid's doing here. Yeah. Again, I think G4 has a much superior draft. I'm looking at these cores, and I think it's going to be another case where they're just not going to die. You have Frost Shield, the Stay from the Omni, the Kunker's Rum. I don't think you've got enough burst and blow up on Liquid. You have these 2 supports, Coddle and Rubik. There's a bit of control there. Sure, Tiger gets a nice skill. I guess that's an extra bit of nuke, but it's mainly on Quaker to blow the targets up, and I don't think it'll be enough damage. You got 2 strength core heroes, and you also have a Void who's going to have that extra bit of effective life as long as he gets the chance to get a Time Walk off. And with the save of Ramses, he's going to be able to do so. And with Lich as well, I think it's a very hard task for Liquid to execute. I didn't like their opener. I was waiting to see if they could convince me with the rest of the draft. They didn't. I think this is going to be another easy game for EG.
Okay, and that means we will get into a game number 2. Will EG bleed blue all into the cup of Liquid? Well, you have to find out with Cap and Lyrical.
30
Girl up.
seconds to battle.
Yeah. Going into this, it feels like, and oh my goodness gracious, top 4 potentially in the works here. Can they do it? What do you think? Is this the draft that they need?
It is more convincing to me than last game. But I do think that the Chaos Knight was a little bit telegraphed, and as a result, like, I'm fairly certain they picked up, like, yeah, Lich Void was the classic combo anyway, but I think they knew the Chaos Knight was coming. So that means they got to pick 3 heroes to try and counterpick it.
And already, pushes him down to the low ground. Does that mean he gets over in time? Oh,
Yeah.
Ramses. Thanks for the rune, nerds. He might give up first blood here as they are chasing him through trees. Ramsey's trying to run purification again in a sec. Comes a second too late. Mickey drawn first blood.
Yeah. Yes. I've never heard that voice line before from Chaos Knight. That's great.
There's a lot of good boys lines going on in this game, I gotta say. We've been hearing a couple of them get thrown out around. Already. A quick little pause. Abed saying he's ready to go.
So Chaos Knight, I think, was a good pick, but then Evil Geniuses were able to get Lich, physical damage reduction, be able to get Kunkka, overall damage reduction, and AoE control, and then Omni, just straight up physical damage immunity. So that is definitely going to be problematic, but I still think Liquid can, I like their draft much better than this game one, and I think they can really push the pace against EG, like EG did to them in game one. So we'll have to see. I think a lot of this is going to be the backup of Koifa. He obviously had a bit of a rough one. That first game, like feeding away to Storm Spirit, apparently that's what that hand warmer fight was about.
Yeah.
They were throwing hand warmers at him for throwing the game.
Oh, did you message Blitz?
Yeah,
Okay.
About it. That's what he said it was about. And, you know, it's cute that they're able to still have that friendship and stuff. But they definitely need him to step up in this game playing the Lina, because this is a great game for you to be able to get fast kills. You just need to have a good start in the laning phase, though, against this
Well, that's going to be something we're going to have to keep our eye on. Already 7-1 versus the 5-0, and expecting it to be a little bit of a better time as a little bit of the battle, the regen wars is going on. Fly punching the tag. We already saw them messing around a little bit with Arteezy's Void and his last hits early on as they get the pushback on the crit bottom as well. So a couple of things to watch out for is Rubik did have to take that telekinesis level 1.
Yeah, that's never fun. That's a good way to throw your lane. Pick up that ability. Yeah, it's a trap, man. If you ever think like, oh, but I had to get this bounty, do it. Pick up the Fate Bolt. It's how you win your lane. Do you secure range creeps? You also secure the fact that you lower their damage, so it means they're less likely to be able to get range creeps themselves. There's just a lot of things that goes into it, but now he's level 2.
Try and disrupt that pull as well. Does look like the creep still consent. So one of them is going to head off that direction. Well, so far so good. 2-second stun, a little bit of a pushback there onto Ramses, who's definitely not have as easy of a time in this game as he did last time. CK much stronger than the PL.
Yeah, you've got caught level Chaos Knight too.
Right.
So you're just able to constantly be chaos striking. You can actually deal with that sustained harassment that Omni Knight does so well. On the Phantom Lancer, who couldn't really deal with it. We'll have to see whether or not they actually get killed though, because Omni Knight is able to play a lot more solo than most other offlaners right now. Taiga, oh, this is gonna be a man fight and a half.
He knows he's not gonna win it too, and Fly trying to do ring around the rosy, walk around the trees, and he drops the sentry. I'll take that, yes please.
I'm not sure the sentry actually got him the vision. I'm pretty sure it was the creeps, but it was a cheeky little play. Oh. If Fly had dipped downwards, the sentry would have caught him. So that was cute. I like that.
I will say that Boxy was kind of giving Arteezy the business up here as well. You can see already that Arteezy's been able to get a couple more last hits underneath the tower, but Boxy was almost doubling them up at 14-6 versus 13-3. Yeah,
I like this. The level 2 enchant totem, such a value level going from 100% to 200%. This kind of build can help you secure range creeps. You've got really nice harass potential where you can force him to time walk early. It's getting a little bit low there. But yeah, you could see like Ramsey's been playing mostly solo in this lane, right? Crit hasn't really taken a whole lot of experience. This allows Crit to be able to play a lot more in the jungle. He can play for farming up neutrals. He can play to see if he can get a kill on mid, because it's not OD, but it is equally as good. Kunkka, X marks the spot, into Torrent, into Era. That's definitely a kill on Koifa. And Koifa should know about him being missing, because now nobody's showing in bottom lane. Not even Ramses, who's taken a long walk back to base.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously the plus side is that at these early levels, Abed's just going to have that 1 point into X, which is pretty hard to get up close and find the X. So that's why we're seeing him play so far back there on the other side. There was also a ward that was getting taken out by Crit. I think that when he made that rotation towards mid, as we got a little bit of a hiccup there, he realized that that was when Quake backed out. So able to get the D ward there also. Nice start as we get ready for the Bounty Rune battle. Trying to get this pull off.
I think this is such a good play. I love it when offlaners do this. Pull the creep wave as the bounty rune is spawning. It positions you between the enemy support and the bounty rune, and it makes sure you don't miss any CS. It's a really good play. I love it when people do that.
taking advantage fully. Creep aggro is already battles going on top. They find Fly, tried to get the Frost Shield and contesting that pull, doesn't work out. Meanwhile, bottom with coming back into lane, they're able to get a little bit aggressive on the Mickey, but not enough so to find a kill.
Quite fine. Big time trouble here.
Oh, does he check him? Trying to chase, Fly, respawning now, looking to find the Frost Nova. Can they get in range for it? He went left, didn't go down.
I think Fly didn't have Frost Shield up yet. I thought he was going to be just chased down by the constant slow Frost Shield, but it was still on cooldown for like 8 seconds when Fly TP'd in. So that allows Koifa to be able to get back. A activated shrine will allow him to return to lane, no time lost. And hey, a refill on his bottle, 2 off of an illusion room. Bottom lane though, trying again to go on to Ramses.
Reality Rift, chance for a kill here. The Heavenly Grace trying to walk away. The Spock as well.
Ooh.
Never in danger. He knew who he was, surely.
Yeah, this Omni Knight is certainly a problem for Liquid. It's been a thorn in their side, the fact that they can't just run this Omni Knight and have this abusive laner. But we'll see whether or not he's able to make the same kind of team fight contributions against a faster lineup.
Dude, Frost Shield is no savior for you, and Boxy gets up close, level 5 already, and just eat into him there. That enchant totem.
Yeah, the maxed enchant totem. No levels of Fissure. He's because you think about this lane, it's basically Centaur but better, right?
Okay.
Like the whole entire idea is Rubik has the telekinesis redirect to pull someone into your stomp as a Centaur, and then you activate your retaliate stacks, bop, bop, bop. Well, here, he's an Earthshaker who just hits you with the enchant totem, the level 3 enchant totem for 300% damage.
Well, and it's, you know, obviously Arteezy can kind of deal with that on the Void, just being able to time walk away. Not so much so with the Lich if he gets a little bit too close.
Yeah. I mean, even Arteezy in the low levels, he constantly feels pressured to, like, time walk, and then it's on cooldown. And then you, like, enchant totem's always up.
He's maybe in a little bit of trouble as they had another stun coming off down, but not wanting to go on it with Heavenly Grace already out. On for the moment there. Can see just net worth there as well. Position for Mirana pretty far ahead of where that Rubik is right now, and see if you can maybe transition that into some early ganks, as there is the level 6 on to the Void. Just gonna back out again. It's going to be something to watch. There's another Observer Ward that Kurt was getting out there as well, so early vision advantage going in their favor.
He knows that they want to be able to control the right side of the river with vision.
Throw in an arrow. That's that moment coming in that they're talking about from Crit. They find quick pickoff on the Boxy.
Yeah, you just know those irritations are going to happen. Chronosphere was, you know, now it's down, so Boxy can TP back to lane, play a little bit more aggressively. He has Echo Slam, but he's going to have to play real scared of that and may have to just start going into jungle. It's a nice part about having Chaos is that he's not quite, you know, like the dead lane heroes, the Juggernauts, the Life Stealers, those heroes that it's hard to be able to rotate into the lane because they have so much survivability. Chaos Knight is kind of left that for his sheer tankiness. And, you know, you have this Chaos Strike sustain, you have Phantasm that's really powerful, team fight, so it's hard to be able to walk into. So it's not like Void can just go invade the enemy lane.
Talking about invading lanes, Boxy gets rotated on yet again as Abed gonna come in with the boat, and for hero rotate, they get the kill. He's gonna have to walk back out next time. He just died.
So because of that factor, right, Evil Genius is just constantly trying to make sure that Arteezy's lane is still good. And they're shutting down Boxy. Shutting down Boxy is one of the best ways to be able to keep Liquid down, I think. This, like, he's playing this Earthshaker, he's playing this big initiator that has the way to be able to just 100-0 blow up this Faceless Void. It's a lot of fast damage. He's going to be setting up Koifa's Lina. If you can keep him from his Blink Dagger, from his Aghanim Scepter, it's going to be a big win.
You were there coming from Insane. You saw that rotation as Liquid were trying to mirror what EG did just previously, but they came a second too late, so that Ramses was able to back out. A chance there for a kill as they're gonna chase down Heavenly Grace. Ramses just gonna get the walk away as Liquid will get what they came for, picking up those bounty runes.
3 bounty runes, not too bad.
What are you doing?
Root. to boot. You know, I'm a little bit surprised that we don't see Koifa rotating up to top lane. Because I think they... Like, it would be a massive advantage if they can go up to top lane and force a good team fight with their mid laner, kill RTZ, take that top tower. Because I don't think EG can apply the same pressure on Nick, who's out to complete his armor. When he does, that is a very hard target to bring down. You're going to need those sort of like X, torrent, boat into arrow. You're going to need that sort of like really long duration stuff.
Yeah, it's so hard to make that work for sure. As we get a little bit of a mana leak. Rarely seen, yes indeed. Catalyst still have that ability. But it's kind of a little effective there against Ami.
Battles need to use that ability more often.
Right?
It's free and it's obnoxious. Might as well. You're gonna blinding light them anyway, might as well burn a little bit of mana. So they are finally gonna make that smoke rotation up to top lane. Unfortunately, it is going to be too late because our TZ is already backing off to jungle. Look at that. It made just a hard read. You didn't have any vision of being able to see the smoke. They just know that Lina's gone. She's probably going to be rotating over here.
You can see Mikke now pops the Phantasm, realizing that another rotation was going to come down into his lane, and he's going to farm up those stacks as Insignia just chasing crit instead of his own jungle, going to place down that Observer Ward, throws an arrow to farm up creep, and gets out of dodge. So both teams sort of doing that yin-yang maneuver across the map as they both mirror each other's movements, farming out each other's jungle. See if Koifa gets caught out for it. Nope. Hit that little creep with Torrent and then get pressure maybe on.
Evil Geniuses doesn't have to remain, or has to remain more grouped up because they have to play it for RTZ's Void. So as a result, Liquid did get like a little bit of a farm advantage through that entire rotation, right? Most of EG had to play bottom. They didn't really go back to farming too much. Meanwhile, Koifa very quickly ditched that smoke gank. They just ran through the jungle. He pushed it mid. He farmed a neutral camp, and so did Mayday.
It's definitely interesting. Both these teams feel like they have similar ideas about how to play in a way.
Yeah.
As they're kind of just mirroring what each other is doing and then trying to take that next step above. As Boxy rotates down here towards bottom, quite in the area too. They're going to see if they can maybe find Arteezy as he moves in to the creep wave, but the scan comes out. They knew it was coming. And maybe a bait?
Yeah, I think, did they see the Invis rune or not?
I don't know if they did. James is right behind though, so they know. Yeah, they're going to push in here now, pop the Moonlight Shadow now, looking for a follow-up as they want to try and find Boxy. They don't know about Koifa. Just out of there on the skin of his teeth.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now they drop down the sentry ward. Koifa, he's looking to blow somebody up, but that Invis rune is wearing off now, and the X comes out onto Boxy. He is in some trouble as they jump in. They drop down the Will of the Wisp. Torrent comes out afterwards. Chronos is going to connect. They're trying to play it up possibly. Does he get the Echo Slam up? Boxy, no! He didn't drop it! And Fly comes in for the save. That was so clutch, and now looking for a bit more. Ramsey's trying to run down Koifa, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to find it.
I mean, this is a tanky crew. So I'm not convinced they would have like wiped Evil Geniuses. Maybe they would have only gotten one kill from him, but come on, like this is such a juicy 3-man Echo Slam. You get a chance to totem later, homie. I think maybe he got caught up into he hit the W button before he got stunned, and then you think to yourself like, oh, I'm just gonna hit Echo Slam instead, but the enchant totem will still keep going if you don't stop that.
Take a look real quick and see if we can glean any extra info here from the replay coming in. You can see just trying to play around that central ward. The boat.
I mean, I was a little surprised he didn't pop it right here as the Torrent on the 2-man, but back into bottom where Ramses almost gets caught. But once again, he has been such an elusive offlaner for EG. He really knows when to back up. Something about their communication is just on point. The way like Arteezy was able to get away from that rotation up top. Ramses just only dying once so far in the off lane, despite the multiple times that Lina has tried to come over and help the lane.
So at least for now, as far as like these map movements across the whole area as we get ready for the bounty runes, It feels like, you know, maybe EG's made a couple of outplays here or there, but it doesn't feel like there's been that big deciding difference between the two teams yet. You know, net worth lead's still less than 1,000 gold. There hasn't been that big fight. Do you feel like there's one team that's more comfortable where we are in the state of the game right now?
I would be more comfortable if I was Evil Geniuses, but I don't think Liquid should be worried too much either. I mean, they have this really strong mid-game roster, and Mickey is very farmed. He's actually quite a bit ahead of Arteezy, which is kind of expected given the stacks he was able to farm. That is the most farmed of everybody, though, and he's about to hit his Radiance timing. That's why I would be more content if I'm EG. I know I've got this big late game threat in the Chronosphere. I know I have some answers to Chaos Knight, so I'm not that worried about, you know, him being super strong and being able to two-shot people because I've got so many answers to it.
True. That's the dangerous thing. Well, Boxy gets found yet again, get a Chain Frost. They find somebody on the back lines. Oral Rubik gonna get arrowed after the fact. And yeah, that one hurt.
Okay, you lost your 4 and 3 position. The upside here for Liquid is they use Boat, they use Chronosphere. I think you really need to try and use your level 2 Phantasm from Mickey and go for a fight. Even if you don't have your heart yet, I kind of want to see them abuse this timing of the Sphere being down.
Yeah, it could be really nice. The dangerous part, again, as you said, is that Radiance is about to be up right now. Koit's just finished off his Yule Scepter as well. So that is something else to be concerned about. You know, the panel mentioned it, that Koitfa pretty much is the main damage dealer in this game, it feels like. And him need to be not necessarily ahead, but at least not irrelevant. Right now, it feels like he definitely is still doing things in this game.
Radiance. Time for a go for a smoke. Yep, 3 minutes smoke. Are they going to go into mid lane? I would like to see a successful gank on mid lane with the Phantasm turning that into a tower push. That would be the ideal for Liquid right now.
When they run right into Abed, there's that Radiance. Phantasm comes out. They have detection, trying to kill him off in time, but the boat buff, it's not going to do enough. They have the boat to turn it back around now. The big old Will of Wisps gets dropped down. A decent chunk of damage on the EG, but it's not looking like it's enough. They already lost the lead, and now Coddle's dead, and, well, your big bad carry, the Chaos Knight, is going to be killed off. Terrible series of events for Liquid there.
Yeah, running into the Kunkka and not being able to instant stun him is a problem, because they didn't have Rubik or Earthshaker there in that immediate part of the smoking. Right, Rubik was around, but they couldn't instantly telekinesis. He gets off the boat. You're in big time trouble. You even saw Koipa. He front-loaded all of his damage. He threw up a Laguna Blade before the boat could get there, hoping that, hey, I've got to get as much damage in before the damage reduction kicks in. Maybe he'll be low enough we can finish him off. Not even close.
It's a scary thing fighting into that lineup, and that was the fight without Chronosphere. That was the fight without, well, they had boat. Still, it's feeling really, really rough right now for Liquid.
Yeah, now in turn, it's Evil Genius's chance to be able to get aggressive. They got Boat back up, 4 seconds until Chronosphere. I'm not sure if there's any items you're really waiting for that are super close. I guess there's Mjolnir. That's almost out for Arteezy. But you could fight while Phantasm is down if you want.
Well, one thing to keep in mind is that they do still have Boat that got stolen by Rubik, and he's hanging on to it. Level 2 right now. That
is a big one. That's actually really important.
That extra duration stun with Arcane Supremacy as well. It does look like CK is almost got a BKB. So he was floating with the idea there of the heart for a little while.
Yeah, Liquid should definitely be with the Phantasm down and some big items coming in. Almost the BKB, almost the Aghanim Scepter for the Earthshaker as well. Like, Boxy wasn't even close to that fight. He was continuing to farm up top lane. He was like, guys, I need my initiation item. I can't be there for you when you start that team fight.
Oh, and Mickey, it's trouble. They find the X. They're getting some TPs in. Is waiting already on the side. Boxy trying to play an interrupt. They have the Will of the Wisp down. Mickey seeing if he can live, but it's not going to happen. And now Boxy, who is just 500 gold away from getting that Aghanim Scepter, is also going to get ran down as they have the X pull back into the Torrent, and the Earthshaker 2 will die. Man, over and over, that kill score 5 to 10. It tells one story, but the bigger story is that it's been the cores that have been dying, it feels like.
Look how fast it's teased. Like, he finished that kill and instantly TP'd up the top lane. But just for the max efficiency of being able to push out that lane, secure top bounty runes, so hopefully they can get all 4. Now Liquid's a little off kilter. They didn't have Heroes bottom, that's where they just lost their fight. But now all of EG coming forward to top lane, they're out of position to be able to get the bounties, or maybe both. We'll see if Fly can actually snag one. Oh no, he showed himself. You could have just grabbed the bounty in first, Fly. You would have gotten 3. 3 for the boys.
Oh, they pull him back in. He's gonna find a kill, it looks. Oh no! All right, Tiger gets the jump away. Well done, well done.
Yeah, time block with the lens. That's gonna be a pretty long jump. I mean, do you feel it, Lyrical? It just feels like in this series, like EG just keeps on hitting Liquid, and they can't seem to fully recover. You know, like I've only seen one smoke gank, and they happen to run into Kunkka mid. Like that was really, really shitty. But other than that, it always feels like they're a bit out of position. They're not ready for this fight that's coming towards them, and EG is just fast pace, fast pace, fast pace. Even with this void lineup, you're still moving around the map quickly.
And that to me is the most key part of it, is that fast movement that you're talking about, that Grant was talking about earlier, that you need to do if you're going to win. Is he thought about dropping the Chronosphere there. It just feels like, I think back again to that movement that Abed made when he went top on the Kunkka, found the kill onto Boxy, and it was like 30 seconds after that when Quakefoe was making his move. They're just one step behind, it feels like, of this Evil Geniuses roster that it's been looking good. People have been saying it for a while, and it's for a reason. They look very solid.
Okay. Aghanims is up. BKB is up. Aghanims on Lina is a bit far away, so I'm not sure if you can really wait for that one.
1,500 gold away. Maybe you get the after you won't fight. That'll be the way to go.
But again, I'm not sure if you smoke right now because EG does know you're all up here.
Torrent hit the blind.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Had an inkling that somebody was going to be hanging out over on that side as they're pushing down bottom lane. The other side of this is EG. They just pick up a mechanism on the Mirage. So crit is very farmed.
When you're feeling stronger than the enemy team and you start pushing in, what you want to do is control 2 lanes at once. So if you look at the wards, that will show you exactly how EG kind of positions themselves as well. One at bot lane to see if they're going to be defending tier 2, and one near this mid lane. And they want to keep that mid lane pushed in as much as possible. See, Crit's even going to go back for it to make sure that it does push in. That way they still hold the control of the mid lane. They can now funnel back as a 5-man, see if they can maybe find a fight here. Not necessarily looking to go into that triangle high ground, though. That can be a death sentence for you, but we'll see.
How many times have we seen this movement with the Moonlight Shadow, trying to find somebody lingering behind? Likewise, though, they're going to back out themselves. They're underneath the ward right now as they passed by. They could be going for a smoke play here themselves. Pings come out. They might have an idea that the ward is there. Everybody groups together. EG have full vision. They know exactly what's going on. Although, as I say that, Ramses walked in, already had the status resistance on him. Now the boat pulls back in on the Quakefoe. Quakefoe trying to run away, seeing if they can control a Fly. Oh, but the time dilation, it hurts the Aghanim Earthshaker so badly, and Fly gonna give him the tip afterwards. They have the Will of the Wisp for the chase down. Boxy got to cast 1 enchant totem, and is now getting beaten down on the other side. Abed is fairly low, but still with that BKB, he's working through it. Mickey hoping to make something happen here. They get the kill on Ramses, but finally that Chronosphere comes back out as they're trying to control that BKB, still working for Mickey. And they run him down here. Frost Shield throw now onto that CK himself to keep him that much more tanky, but he's pulled back in by the Lich as they start to beat him down even further. They kill off that CK. That was supposed to be a Liquid fight, but it just wasn't.
The slick moves by Fly there, dodging Boxy's aggressive enchant totem. He really wanted to be able to catch that Lich, but I don't know, it just felt like they maybe need to play a little bit more together. I think Boxy got a little bit too far ahead of himself, probably thinking that it was just going to be like a fast kill that he can get and then rejoin his team afterwards. But they need his disables, right? They need that control all in one area with the Will-O-Wisp, with the Phantasm, and would hope that Aghanim Scepter soon for Quakefoe.
I mean, the other thing too about this is you can see immediately Boxy is going to queue up a BKB because he can't deal with time dilation.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have an answer. And now they're chasing down Taiga, trying to run away. Arrow, a little bit of the zoning arrow there. As he throws one back now on Void. As the X is going to come on out. Boxy again, caught by that time dilation, just doesn't have an answer. Can't go anywhere. Only thing left to him is Echo Slam, which would not feel that great as they kill off that Earthshaker. Never have I seen 4,200 gold spent in a way that felt less so, as Mickey is going to get bashed down to dead and dusted. Liquid lose another triple kill for Arteezy. My God, they're just destroying them.
I feel pretty strongly about this. I think Boxy needed to go play Dagger in this game. I don't think you can go Aghanim Scepter for a couple reasons. First of all, Initiation really telegraphs. We've seen that twice now in these fights. He gets Sinister Gaze. Second of all, well, you're facing up against the Faceless Void. So the whole idea of your Aghanim Scepter allowing you to play in and out of team fights is completely killed. Third of all, if you remember, when they went for that smoke gank around mid, he was farming top because he was about halfway to his Aghanim Scepter, which is a Blink Dagger. Half of your Aghanim Scepter, that would be a Blink Dagger right there. I think item choice doesn't really do them any favors. It's certainly not that thing that's losing them the game straight up, though, because EG is still just feels like they're completely routing Liquid every single time until that happened.
It wouldn't be an Arteezy Void game without that. At least one of them.
Yeah, well, he's playing Void, so at least he can't get close.
That's true. They give him the tip. All right, that's fair enough. Abed also gives him the tip. That's how it goes.
Yeah, the problem is he just used Chronosphere, but he's not afraid of fighting you.
No.
Oh, nice arrow. Good read. Great ward being placed on the low ground.
It was right as Mickey wanted to go in. Boxy tries to go for the jump. They get the control for a moment. Can't find another one. It's looking like a decent fight for Liquid. The blinding light pushback, but again, that time dilation, somewhat frustrating to play against.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, you didn't die. That's the upside for Liquid. Because they didn't have Chronosphere, so you didn't die.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Gonna drag that creep over to the side. It feels like EG just kind of been playing in this high ground area right on top of Liquid Shrine for the past 4 or 5 minutes. There's nothing really EG need to do. They're just sort of out farming them and pushing down towers.
It's the same principle as when they were pushing in bottom. Control the 2 lanes, keep it pushed in, don't let it push too far out so you don't have to split up.
And Mickey is just getting bullied down here, it feels like. Boxy maybe looking for an initiation if things get a little bit testy. The Fisher's already thrown out now, and the Force Staff trying to keep him alive. He pops the BKB to run away, but he's still in so much trouble. Oh, good catch there as they're able to stop Arteezy from chasing in onto Mickey.
I just can't believe how aggressive EG's playing without Chronosphere. They're just like, they really want to fight right now. Because, you know, they do have that Aegis. Just makes me really fear for Liquid here in 30 seconds.
Dude, it has that feeling like EG might not cross the river back onto their side again for the rest of this game.
Maintaining utter dominance. They're going to use the last little bit of the Aegis here to really pressure the tower. Will take away that first life.
Still at a minute left, but yeah, can back on out now as they've used Laguna Blade. Liquid still stuck in their base. Can they make something happen? The jump out with the smoke working. Boxy about to break on it. Gotta be careful. The jump forward looking for a bit more. Nobody pulled them back in, so they can't chain stun it out. Torrent gonna be off the mark. Boxy still chasing there. Arteezy shows up though, and he's got the Chronosphere. They hit onto Instania. Solo Chrono for him. Doesn't feel great, but there's no buyback on the Coddle, so they won't have a Will of the Wisp for high ground defense if it comes.
Okay. You didn't use your Phantasm, and they used Chronosphere, and they don't have Aegis anymore. When Coddle is back up, can you go fight? Do you have another smoke? They do have another smoke from Taiga, so they need to push out mid lane a little bit, back up, smoke. The problem is that EG has such good aggressive vision right now, it becomes a little obvious, especially if they just keep on playing on this high ground. It's a hard area to push to. It pretty much negates a smoke advantage, right? Which is usually a vision of the enemy first, or you're gonna, you're better grouped up and stuff like that. When you fight into the high ground with your smoke, it just loses all of that potency. So they're gonna go to the bottom right instead because that lane was already pushing out. Boxy's gonna push out even further, so it hits the tier 2. Ideally, someone from EG says, "Oh, I gotta go get that lane for us, guys." They're gonna go back up and maybe they can get a pick, or around the bounty runes as well. But EG not splitting up, staying grouped up, much like they did in like the 15-minute bounty runes. They had control over the bottom lane. They swept it to top. Now this is the reverse play.
And they had the anticipation, I'm sure, that this is only going to be a B, and on top of them right at the start, a huge jump in. Can they bring him down in time, though? It's pretty freaking low. Ramsey manages to get away, and there's going to be the GA. Try to run, but it's not looking all that great. Mickey controlled bash, and his armlet is wearing down as the CK is going to get finished. And now Crit got his eyes on Insania, leaps on top of him, and the poor old man gonna be hunted down by the Priestess of the Moon. One more arrow for good measure, because why not? EG are looking so freaking good right now, as eventually they get the pull back in and then kill off onto Taiga. Triple kill for Abed.
Has Boxy cast an Echo Slam? More than one?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know.
You know, RTZ managed to get off his BKB somewhere in what was supposed to be a chain stun, and he didn't have Satanic back then. Now he does. So 30% status resistance is very tough for Shakers to be able to keep people chain stun with that. So pretty much expect he's always going to get BKB Satanic. You already had status resistance thanks to the Omni Knight before. You also had, like, again, the Frost Shield save. You're just not going to be able to burst this guy down, and a Chronosphere is probably your death sentence.
Well, they can do it now. He is down somewhat low HP. Maybe going to look for a stun, but the BKB is available. They're Shaker thinking about jumping on top. Fissure to go in. The Echo Slam combination to get the kill. Okay. Not bad. Now the Chain Frost comes afterwards, and EG just going to try and back out.
All right, they had to throw everything and the kitchen sink at him. They had the Aghanim Scepter Laguna plate that definitely sealed the deal for him there, because RTZ managed to get out the BKB, but nothing else.
Do you think he like yelled out "time dilate this" when he did it? Do you think that's what's going on? I'm tired of your shit.
Just throws up the middle fingers at his monitor.
That's gotta be, it's like low-key one of the most annoying spells to play against, I'm sure.
Does that make RTZ one of the agents from the Matrix?
Probably. And Boxy is Trinity, exactly. It all makes sense now.
The shrine has fallen.
Well, even with RTZ down, see this Moonlight Shadow, they're really gonna go for it. They're gonna try and get like some sort of pick off here on Koipa, and they might just be able to get it.
Oh no. Oh no, the arrow. Oh god, and now they drop down the Will-O-the-Wisp. Boats already come out. Stolen boat. Maybe a chance, maybe a hope, maybe a prayer. Or maybe it's all for naught as Quake tries to run away. Fly did go down, but they've got the X now. And as they get the pull back in, and a second arrow for Quakeva right in his dome. That man is dead. They popped the Phantasm to try and chase Boxy, making a little bit of chaos. They don't have time dilation for this fight, but the GA has already come out. Stolen GA. All right, Rubik doing absolutely everything that he can in this one as they try to bring down Crypt, but it's not going to happen. As the GA comes out, another X onto Mickey. Bunch there, coming from Crit, still living. BKB finally coming out, but he's now bashed. Sure, Chase looking for more. They've got Funka controlled. Everything thrown out on them again, but there's going to be the Chronosphere on the back lines. Isn't going to be enough to take them all down. BKB chase down, kill off that Rubik, and it was a beautiful chrono coming from Artesia. They find another one, and EG again, just too much to deal with.
I like the way RTZ separated himself away from the Kunkka, said, sorry, buddy, sorry, Abed, but you're going to be the one taking all of the damage coming in from Liquid. I'm going to back up, reset, and Insania, he's just trying to pull the creep wave away. Trying to buy his team more time to come back because they don't have buybacks on Koifa.
And you just see the movement down the mid lane, not too much concern. They've got Heavenly Grace stolen again, but they just don't have the damage that they need right now. And, well, they found him in some trouble. Arrow goes out. Heavenly Grace is a little bit early, but the status resistance still going to be something to work with at the very least. 4-second stun, but the back away and taking racks.
And Boxy can only sit there and watch because he was time dilated, couldn't do his usual enchant totem plays. He still does not have BKB. Rough times.
Tough stuff indeed, as a 27,000 gold lead. In this game number 2, EG looking to try and secure a top 4 finish at the very least at the MDL Chengdu Major. Boxy, maybe one last hurrah here. See if they can do something. But Abed, yeah, they back out.
Oh, and Arteezy just managed to jump right on top of him. Found that pesky Earthshaker's been hiding away in the trees. Torrent being able to knock him up. He does have that Heavenly Grace, though. That allowed him to get away.
And still, no fuss, no muss. They're not that concerned at all. Jump in, chip totem. Demolition on cooldown, 6 more seconds. They have the Will of the Wisp, but the BKB is already out there. From the void, Oxy jumps into the air only to be pulled back down to ground as the buyback comes in the end there. They kill off yet another. Can they find any more? The time walk away. They can't get that kill. Another GA is out. Stick a fork in him. Liquid are feeling done.
Okay, Boxy, one last round with the X-Sand. Maybe Nikkei can get one kill out of here, but there goes the Guardian Angel, and that just kills all the damage. This Chaos Knight feels completely neutered by this much physical damage resistance and straight up immunity from the Omni Knight. Just can't do anything. He goes for a stun on somebody.